Cooley, what is going on around the wrestling world? Let's get into this rundown,
Oh
brother.
man,
Bubba,
we
Bubba,
got a lot to talk
Bubba.
about today. Now let's since we're still on this topic of Rock, Roman, Cody, Seth, let's talk about it. Night one main event for WrestleMania has been established. If Roman and The Rock win, well, actually, they will battle on night one for the tag match. If Roman and Rock win night one, night two main event of Cody versus Roman is Bloodline rules, which means Solo
Anything
gonna come
goes.
out with his hoodie and they gonna cost him the match. If Cody and Seth wins night one, the Bloodline is banned from the whole arena night two, giving Cody the advantage. But we know how that's going to end still. So,
Relax.
my question to both of you guys: how do y'all think this is going to play out?
Who want to take it?
I'll take
Sylvan, how you think it's
this.
going to play out, man? How you think?
I'm going to take this one. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I've had an epiphany.
You need to go to Tiffany's? I had to say it. I had to say it.
Qwan, dumb dog.
Nicki Minaj, bro.
Yo, you are hilarious, dog. I had an epiphany. I'll tell you exactly how this is gonna pan out. So, Rock and Roman are gonna lose night one. It just is what it is. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are gonna get that title. Are gonna get that night in the sky. Blah blah blah. Everything's gonna go great. Seth Rollins is gonna lose his title match against Drew McIntyre. That's just what's gonna happen.
I see where you're going.
Everybody thinks that Cody Rhodes is going to be able to beat Roman Reigns, and he's going to get within an inch of finally being able to do it. And Seth Rollins is going to cost him the title. I see it as plain as day, baby. I see it. I see it. I see it. Seth Rollins is a maniac. And we've seen the breadcrumbs. He's obsessed with the bloodline. He feels that he's the one who knows Roman Reigns the best, that he's the only one that can beat him. He's the one who deserves to beat him. And if he can't do it, then his arch nemesis damn sure can't do it, Cody Rhodes. It has to be Seth Rollins. And after Seth Rollins loses his title, he's going to feel like he has nothing left. And when he comes out to help Cody Rhodes and he ends up betraying him, it's going to turn him into the biggest heel in the face of the company. And we're going to get the blood feud of Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes for the foreseeable future. And the bloodline is going to roll into the sunset.
So if that happens, that means Cody is done with the bloodline. He's never going to try to get that title again.
No, he's still going to try to get the title again. I wouldn't be surprised if they
next Mania again, like
maybe SummerSlam. I don't know. I don't know when they're going to do it, but he's better off chasing. Let's keep it a stack. Cody Rhodes is better off chasing this belt for the foreseeable future because we will turn on him very quickly. Give it 6 months, just like we're turning on Seth Rollins.
So, he went from dashing Cody to chasing Cody. Got it.
He should be. He should be exactly like his father. His father chased that title for his career and never got it.
Amy.
So
chasing
Amy.
Chasing Amy, chasing Cody.
I see it. They're laying the bricks, man. If you really listen to Seth Rollins' promos right now, it's setting up for it, man. He's obsessed with the bloodline. Drew McIntyre coming out and being like, why are you obsessed with them? We finally got our match. We got our situation going on. Him telling Cody Rhodes, I'm the only one that knows Roman Reigns the way he is and you need a shield. You know what I mean? And on top of that, what better way to swerve the audience to make them think that Cody Rhodes is going to win that title than to have Rock and Roman lose and then feel like finally nobody from the bloodline is going to interfere. And the guy who costs him is the guy who swears his allegiance to him, Seth freaking Rollins. It's the biggest swerve. It'll break hearts. It'll be glorious. I am a masochist when it comes down to wrestling. So yeah,
I got a different angle.
This sounds like Vince Russo, bro. I get why you saying that though, because it could very well play out the way that Sylvan said. But,
at least that's what it feels like. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I don't see. Have Drew re-upped or not yet?
I'm pretty sure he re-upped. They're not reporting it yet, but like he's getting main events and shit. So like he definitely re-upped.
I still think he's gonna lose.
So the thing is, I don't really see who Seth turning heel benefits because he's one of the most over baby faces on the roster. And it's like, when you look at the Raw roster, they don't really have a whole lot of baby faces. It's just heel after heel after heel. So it's like Seth turning on Cody, that makes Drew McIntyre obsolete. Because right now, Drew McIntyre is probably Raw's top heel.
Yeah.
If Seth becomes Raw's top heel, it's like, okay, and he lost the title to Drew. So what is Drew now? Is he back babyface? Is he cutting ropes again with the sword? Like, I don't know. I don't really see who it benefits long term. It seems like a Russo swerve for the sake of Russo swerving. But how I think it might play out is tough to say. I almost feel like the night one main event kind of predicts whatever, or it makes night two's main event easier to predict. Because if The Rock and Roman win night one, then they're probably going to lose night two. But if Cody and Seth win that match on night one and the Bloodline is barred from like the arena, then that probably means that the Bloodline has something else up their sleeve and the Bloodline will win. I can see a situation where maybe someone interferes that isn't in the Bloodline yet. Wink, wink. We've heard in the murmurs, and there's another topic on the rundown that, somebody might be on the way to WWE that has Bloodline ties. So maybe that person gets involved. Or maybe Jacob Fatu pops up and gets involved. Who knows? But I think the result of night one is going to determine what the result of night two is.
For sure. I agree with you, Qwan. I really think that I truly believe that Cody and Seth will win night one, and night two is going to be another complete swerve, and everybody is going to be heartbroken at the results because somebody's interfering. Let's come on now. Somebody's interfering for sure.
And I think WWE is setting up like the Avengers Endgame, like movie scene. Remember the end of the movie where it's like all the Avengers finally assembled and they went against like Thanos and like all his little minions. It seems like WWE is spreading the breadcrumbs for that to happen at WrestleMania, but it's going to be Cody and his Avengers versus, the Bloodline. Like I can see Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, everybody that like the Bloodline has screwed over the past few years, like Jey Uso, all getting together and stopping the Bloodline. That's what it seems like they're setting up.
I would challenge you guys to think about this though. If Cody Rhodes, I'll be tamed for the podcast today. But because I really feel and believe it's win. But if Cody Rhodes loses, against Roman Reigns at night 2 of WrestleMania, and it's just another Bloodline swerve, realistically, what is Cody Rhodes doing after that? Get what I'm saying? Do you understand where I'm coming from?
It's really the same thing as him winning. Like, what is he doing afterward?
But I mean, but winning obviously is a safer option. But I mean, obviously I feel that way too, right? Like I feel that way. Like I'm like, bro, what are you gonna do after this? But really it's like, okay, you lose to the Bloodline a second time. It's like you need something directly after. What better directly after than to be hunting down your arch nemesis, Seth freaking Rollins, who crawled back in and hurt you and cost you the match. I'm telling you, bro, it kind of paints it. I'm just saying, like, there's something for Cody to do after, and something for Seth to do after. I don't know. I kind of see it, bro.
I just had a sick thought, but I don't think it's logical. I was gonna say, what if Cody wins? What if Cody finally defeats Roman, and then Seth the next night is kind of like jealous because he lost his title to Drew McIntyre, so he just like turns on Cody, beats him down in the ring, and then Damian Priest cashes in, and now Damian Priest is world champion. And it's like,
that's wild.
Oh my god, that would be insane. No way in hell
Damian
that
Priest,
happening. Damian Priest is not about to be our Universal Champion.
Heck no.
We would look at that night like in infamy. Like we would be like, this is absolutely horrendous. This is
right.
That's real Vince Russo booking.
Facts. Super Vince Russo, man. But speaking of someone, wink, wink, who was, supposed to be in the Bloodline,
Ken Shamrock,
former 7-time. Oh shit, Ken Shamrock.
Ken Shamrock, you an idiot.
Wow. Former 7-time IWGP Tag Team Champion Tama Tonga.
Yep.
I said his name right. Tama Tonga has finished up with New Japan and is expected to be headed to WWE. Wink, wink. I don't know. You see where I'm going with this?
I see.
Wrestling Observer is reporting that the idea of Tonga joining the Bloodline has been discussed. Should Tonga join the Bloodline, or should they keep him away from the faction? Qwan, what do you think about this, man? Should he join the Bloodline?
So the my
He's
biggest
not blood.
problem. So
He's
the
not
thing
blood
is,
technically.
Tama
Yeah.
Tonga is technically not blood. He's Tongan. His father is Haku. Now, The Rock has referred to Haku as his uncle many times, so apparently they do consider him family, but he's not necessarily blood, like officially. So he's not a part of the NOI family because Haku is not a part of the NOI family. But if they wanted to do like some kind of bloodline extended family, it would make sense. Apparently, he grew up with like the Usos and everyone, so it makes sense. But it's almost like Tama Tonga joining the bloodline would be like the easy route. It's like the predictable thing. And one of the issues I had with the NWO originally is that it just kept growing and it got too convoluted. Cause it started as like Hall, Nash, and Hogan. But eventually it was like Ted DiBiase was a part of it. And then the Giant was a part of it. And then Conan and Mr. What was his name? I was gonna say the Booty Man. That was one of his nicknames. Damn, Brutus Beefcake. Brutus Beefcake was a
Brutus
part of it. And it's
Beefcake.
like, all right, we're extending this family way too much, and I don't want that to happen with the bloodline. I don't want it to get to the point where it's like, yo, we're just adding everybody now. These dudes ain't even actually blood, and they're still a part of the bloodline. So in that hand, like, I don't want to get it too convoluted, but at the same time, why not? It's
I
it's
mean,
tough to say. It's tough to say. I'm gonna rock
I'm
with it regardless, though.
I'm gonna say no. I just think Tommy Tonga is kind of a little bit too similar to in terms of like role that they would give him in WWE. I could be wrong, but it feels a little bit too similar to Solo. I feel like they already have an enforcer, and I feel like Tonga would kind of be another enforcer. I mean, the guy's built like Ken Shamrock. I'm sorry, so I'm just kind of like
Yeah.
I don't really know what purpose he would serve outside of like he's part of the bloodline. I think that
Right.
we already got The Rock a part of the bloodline. You know, like it's another step up. So I don't know. I feel like it's a little lazy, like Quan said. So I'm not really for it. Um, I feel like they need whoever else gets added to the bloodline needs to add another dynamic. And I don't
Right.
think
But shout
Tommy
out to
But
Tonga
I'm
WWE for landing a free agent though, because they couldn't get nobody for a minute. It
yeah,
was
facts.
all
true.
going to AEW.
Uh I would be cool with it. I mean, The Rock didn't show that family tree for no reason. You know, there's people going to be coming to join. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
cool with it. I mean, at the end of the day, Zilla and everybody else are still the same role as Solo. They're both, huge enforcers and all that. So, I mean, what are we talking about? Tonka can replace Jay for now.
Right.
So,
You're
I
not
mean,
wrong. You're not wrong.
yeah. So that
And I
that'll
will
be
say
dope.
this, like, I don't know how familiar y'all are with Tama Tonga, but he's about to be 42 years old. Like, his style and the way he cuts promos, it's always fit WWE. So I'm not surprised that he chose WWE over AEW. But he kind of old, and he's not what he used to be in that ring. Like, he was a member of the Gorillas of Destiny and New Japan, and they were a dope tag team like for the 2010s. But he's kind of fallen like recently.
Mm.
I'm just saying. So I
It
don't
ain't
know.
necessary, baby.
He can
Right.
play it safe like LA Knight. They the same age. You
We
know?
should have signed Zilla. He's younger. We should have signed Zilla or Jacob. Like, why we signed
Zilla
Tamatanga?
gonna
Yo,
outshine
man. Yo.
that whole tribe, man. He crazy in the
Facts.
ring. But yo, shout out to Tama. We'll see what WWE has in store for this guy. I still think he's going to come out night 2, man, and just ruin it all. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, moving forward, let's talk about Emmy Award winner Paul Walter Hauser. What in the world are we talking about here?
So random. So
Paul
goddamn random.
Walter Hauser, this is random, who famously dropped many wrestling references during his acceptance speech, will be stepping into the ring and defending his Emmy against Matt Cardona for the promotion Wrestling Revolver.
What?
I don't know what is going on here, but Do y'all want to see Paul Walter Hauser in a ring with Matt Cardona defending his Emmy trophy? What is going on here? What are we talking about?
No.
What?
Come on,
it's
dumb
that
dog.
it's that simple.
No, like
No.
they
Like,
read that. No.
bro,
Nope.
and apparently it's an award versus an award match. So it's gonna be Matt Cardona's Slammy Award versus his Emmy Award. It's like, what are we doing?
What?
But at the end of the day, I know I say at the end of the day a lot, but at the end of the day, business is business. I'm sure
This is
this
business.
this Emmy award winning actor is going to bring eyes to Wrestling Revolver, and that's all they really want. So at the end of the day, it's like, why not? Matt Cardona versus Paul
Yup.
Walter Hauser. Is that his name?
Paul Walter Hauser. And Paul had a pretty solid acceptance speech, man. He was rhyming that whole thing.
Yeah,
I
he
was
was
like, yo,
rapping.
homie was barring out, Um,
John
I'm
DeMarco.
I'm not opposed to it. I think it brings a lot of eyes. It's gonna be fun. Paul is living a dream. Like, come on, he's living a dream. I'm sure Matt is gonna have a blast as well. And this guy is an Emmy award winning guy. So
Right.
to have an Emmy on the line, you know, is pretty fun. And that's gonna bring a lot of eyes. That hits ABC, that hits NBC, that hits a few other places.
TMZ.
TMZ,
Like it's gonna be out there.
that hits. So like, why not? Why not? Have fun, guys.
I mean, from what I've been seeing with the Indies, man, it's all fun and games. It's a
Yeah.
dope experience, I guess. So
Yeah, have fun.
do your thing, man. Do your thing, Paul. Do your thing, Matt. I'm
Do
all
your
for
thing
it.
while
Let's
you
get
do your
it.
thing.
It's still random, but let's
Shorty.
get it. Let's talk about NXT and AEW for a second, man. Wrestler by the name of Sean Spears.
Oh
Yes. Yes, he has left AEW.
my God. Stop, bro. Come on, man.
Not the
Come
snore,
on,
man.
dog. Come on. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Sylvan gave him a Snorlax. That's cold, man. That's cold.
foul.
Hey, man, he returned to NXT, so Perfect 10 Moncure is no longer. It's buried. It's done. Finito. How do we feel about him returning, and is this a loss for AEW or a win for WWE? And with the addition of Spears as well as the OC, is NXT getting too old? Is NXT getting too old? That's a good question, Qwan. Qwan, I want to hear from you, man. That's a good question.
All right,
Is
so look,
NXT getting old?
I'm gonna be respectful. The chairman, Sean Spears, I've never really been a fan like that. I support you because you seem like a nice guy. Leaving AEW, it's not really a big loss for AEW, but it's also not really a big game for WWE. It kind of just is what it is, and it makes sense because Sean Spears is very good friends with Cody Rhodes, so I'm sure Cody Rhodes got him this job. I'm never gonna complain about guys getting their friends jobs because I would do the same thing if I had
Facts.
a powerful position in WWE. I'm getting all the homies hired. Sylvan is gonna be writing for SmackDown. Cooley gonna be on the general manager of Raw, and I'm gonna be at the top. So like, I can't be mad at that. But NXT is getting a little old. The OC, like I don't see why the OC is down there wrestling tag matches. I don't see why Baron Corbin is down there. And now we're bringing Sean Spears back down there. I mean, I guess if you want to say they need some veteran presence once this move to CW is complete, like I guess it can make sense from that aspect. But at the end of the day, this is developmental. It's supposed to be the WWE's developmental where guys wrestle, they learn how to do their thing, and then they graduate to Raw or SmackDown. So I don't really see the point of having the OC and Sean Spears and Baron Corbin and all these veterans down there. Let's let the young guys rock out.
Let him
Um,
rock.
um, I don't care for Sean Spears. I didn't care for that Perfect 10 moniker. I thought it was pretty whatever. I
hate
thought
it.
I thought it was garbage. But people loved it. I don't care that he's come back to NXT. It doesn't really do anything for me personally. I'm just not the biggest Sean Spears supporter. I think he's a solid wrestler. Um, but he's old, and I don't really see what him coming back to NXT development really does outside of him putting over younger talent.
Right.
And even that, it's just like, well, it's NXT. So, I mean, good for him. Uh, I hope he can figure out how to make himself compelling for a guy like me. But ultimately, I don't really matter in the grand scheme. And as long as he's happy, that's all that matters. So shout out to you, Sean Spears. Maybe I'm in a minority. I don't really care for you like that, but I'm happy that you're happy.
Yeah, man. Shout out Sean Spears, Ty Dillinger. That's all I gotta say.
Perfect.
Do you think?
10. I hated that. And Triple H, do something with the Good Brothers, man. Do something with the OC. Why are they in NXT floundering, bro? I don't know what their contracts are looking like, but I'm sure they got paid a pretty penny to come back. This couldn't all just be a favor to AJ Styles. Like, they got to be making some bread to be back there. So do something with them, bruh.
Yeah,
got them in NXT wrestling with the family or whoever they feuding with down there. It's like, come on, man. What we
They
doing?
getting old, man. They getting old.
They are getting old.
They up there, man.
Last topic I got on the rundown, fellas.
What it's
Sting,
looking like.
man. Sting. Sting wrestles his final match tonight, marking the end of a 40+ year career. That is so insane. That's older than me. That's older than me, dog. That's crazy, yo. Where does Sting rank all time, and what's your favorite version of the Sting character? Sylvan, I want to hear from you. Where does he rank on your all-time list? And what's your favorite version?
Sting is probably number 15 on my all-time list. And as far as favorite version, I got to go with Wolfpack Sting.
Okay.
Definitely not mad at that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think I would put... Damn, it's tough. I almost want to put Sting in that top 10 just because he's probably one of the most recognizable wrestlers of all time. Like, everybody knows who Sting is. Even if they never watched WCW, never even watched WWE, they still know who Sting is because that face paint and the scorpion is just so iconic. Like, my mom knows who Sting is. She don't watch wrestling. So I definitely got to give Sting at least in number 10. If not, I can agree with 15, but definitely in that top 20 for sure. My favorite version of Sting, and this might be controversial.
Nah, man, don't do it. Cause I already. You better not say the one.
The Joker Sting in
TNA 2011, bro.
Yo, Joker Sting. Oh my
Cooley know what it is,
bro.
Cooley know what it is,
Sting,
bro. When the Sting was the Joker in TNA,
bro,
he was cutting some of the most insane promos I've ever seen. So shout out to Sting, bro.
Shout out to Sting, man. Joker Sting is definitely my favorite version, man. Oh my god! And for those who don't know the history on that, he turned into the Joker when Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff came to Impact. Yeah, and he was trying to get people to let them know about them, but nobody wasn't believing in him, and then he turned crazy, and it was chef kiss, man. Yo, a lot of people, it's either you hated it or you really loved it, and a lot of people hated it. But
hey, a lot of what Seth Rollins is doing right now seem a little Joker Stingish. I'm just saying.
Ooh, he's definitely in my top 20 though. Top 20 for sure.
One of the GOATs. What's his best match? I don't even know.
Whew.
I know he had some bangers with like Ric Flair.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That's a lot.
I can't call anybody's best match, to be honest. Like, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, that's tough. That's
like,
tough.
I can't call anybody's best match on any level. I'm not that type of.
Yeah. That's tough. Dang. But definitely one of the GOATs, man. Shout out to Sting, and I will be watching your retirement match tonight. I don't know why it's a tag team match with the Young Bucks, but I guess, like Cooley said,
I guess.
Shout out to AEW though for sure for treating Sting the right way, at the end of his career, for giving him the respect that he deserves. Even though some spots was very dangerous. I never understood it. I really never understood some of those spots that got him injured. But, I mean, he's going out on his own terms, and he's doing it the right way. And I'm still very pissed that we never got Sting versus The Undertaker.
And we never will.
Never.
Facts.
Shout out to Sting.
Voice is old.
Facts. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you for that rundown. That's my favorite segment of the show because we really get into the nerd shit on that segment, man. We really be nerds. But yeah, shout out to Sting. Let's give out some awards, man. So the wrestling space is a very negative one. I hate that I have to say that, but every week on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, wherever I look, it's always complaining on top of complaining on top of complaining. And we all guilty of it. Like, we definitely all guilty of it. But I do feel like it's important to give little flowers too, man. Let people know that you see what they're doing and that they're doing a good job. Now, this week, I want to give our "We See You" salute to Austin Theory. Because Austin Theory gets a lot of unnecessary hate on the internet. And I think it's because Vince McMahon handpicked him and chose him to be the guy way too early. He was not ready at all. But Vince McMahon tried to shove him down our throats. And when he did that, a lot of people decided that they didn't like the guy and they just were never going to give him a chance. But I feel like Austin Theory is doing a pretty good job where he is. Triple H has him in the spot that he's supposed to be in. He's not supposed to be in the higher mid cards. He's not supposed to be winning Money in the Banks. He's not supposed to be main eventing. He's kind of supposed to be finding his way at the lower end of the card, and that's where he belongs. So I like that. Triple H brought him back down to earth, and I think he's doing a very good job at, like, I don't know if y'all saw the match on SmackDown. There was a spot when Randy Orton went for a superplex and he slipped off the top of the rope. Now, that could have been disastrous. That could have been terrible for both guys, but Austin Theory, like the young veteran that he is, was able to adjust midair and turn that into a suplex. So it still looked good on TV, despite the fact that it could have been disastrous. So shout out to Austin Theory, man. I'm giving you my "We-See-You" salute. I see what you're doing, brother.
Shout out Austin
sells
Theory.
that stunner really good.
Really good.
Nuts. He dived into that RKO, bro. He rolled into the ring and then just... I think Austin Theory can dunk off vert. He got hops.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He got for a white boy. That man got.
What, he
got
like 6'3"?
I don't know.
Was he? Yeah.
What is he?
How tall
I
is
feel like he definitely wears lifts in his boots. He definitely look like he got platforms on.
Sure.
He probably about 5'11", but the lifts make him like 6'1".
Hey man, if Spud Webb can dunk, that boy Austin Theory can dunk.
This man said Spud Webb.
Spud Webb.
I'm gonna get my Okay, so first it was Sting. It was my "We See You" awards gonna go to Sting, but I mean we already just gave him a ton of flowers, so I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna give my "We See You" awards to the whole Prestige Wrestling promotion company. Man.
God.
Every wrestler in that company. So me, Qwan, and Sylvan, we went to an event last Sunday. We went to Prestige Wrestling, and every wrestler did their thing. We saw Tiger Mask, bruh. What?
We really saw Tiger Mask. 77 years old, bro.
70. And he's
we saw Tiger Mask.
62.
I don't know. He was something. He
like
was
66,
old.
something like that. 66, 67. Everybody did their thing. Mustafa Ali, Speedball. Yo, it was just an incredible night. Every wrestler put on a show, and yo, we see you. We see y'all. Keep doing y'all thing. You guys are coming back to LA, and we will be there. We cannot wait.
Hey,
shout out
Shelton
to y'all,
Benjamin
man.
versus Josh Alexander. That's the main event for that.
Yes, let's
we in there. There's no way we're not in there.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all, man.
I got to give my flowers to Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker came on to SmackDown last night, had a squash match that wasn't intended to be a squash match, but you can tell off bat that the entire crowd is ready to get behind this guy.
Yeah,
off
facts.
bat, they're ready to get behind him. Like, even when he came out, like, people weren't like going super crazy, but as soon as he speared homie, the whole entire crowd was like, yeah, we ready to get behind him, man. So shouts to you, Braun Breaker. You making your waves. And, you know, like Qwan said, man, you might be shooting straight to the top. You might be another case of LA Knight. So shouts to you, my guy.
Facts. Definitely I got to speak towards that Prestige show. One of the best wrestling shows that I've seen live, bro.
Facts.
And we ran into Zach Fox. Like, they were letting us interview people. And we ran into Zach Fox randomly, and he let us get an interview with him. Unfortunately, the goddamn mics didn't work, so that footage is lost into the abyss. But shout out to Zach Fox for being cool as hell and letting us talk to him. And shout out to Prestige for putting on that incredible show.
For sure.
Let's give out some more awards, man. Let's give out our Black Wrestler of the Week. I love to come on this podcast and give out our flowers to our favorite Black wrestlers, both past and present. This week, I was going to nominate a different guy, but you know what? I think it's pretty unanimous that we should all probably nominate the same person. It should be Virgil, because unfortunately, we just recently lost Virgil. He died peacefully in the hospital, natural causes. Everybody knows Virgil. He was the $1 Million Man's manager. Would you call him a manager?
I mean, yeah, he was a man. He was a man. Well, bodyguard.
Pretty much,
he was a bodyguard.
A bodyguard. Sure. He was Ted DiBiase's bodyguard. Unfortunately, he lost his life earlier this week. one of the earliest black wrestlers that I could think of, because I'm a young man. He's one of the first few that I remember. But my introduction to Virgil was as Vincent in the NWO, because he used to be a member of the NWO, and I was I used to watch. I was a WCW guy growing up. So yeah, rest in peace, Virgil, man. Rest in peace, Virgil.
Rest in peace, Virgil, man.
And rest in peach, Virgil Abloh. What's up with the Virgils, man? Shout out to all the Virgils out there. Let's get into our match of the week. This is another one that's pretty unanimous.
You already know.
Bro, so I was originally going to say that the best match last week was the New Day versus Imperium in that street fight on Raw, because that was incredible.
Great match.
Great. One of the best matches that I've seen in a long time. Like, they really went in there and did their thing. So always shout out to the New Day. But again, it's pretty unanimous. We all got to agree. The best match of last week was Speedball Mike Bailey versus Mustafa Ali at Prestige Wrestling. Yo,
that's a fact.
10 out of 10.
They tore the house down. Before the match, I was telling Cooley and Sylvan, like, yo, I know we here to see Mustafa Ali because we love what Mustafa Ali is doing, but Speedball Mike Bailey is one of them ones.
Yeah.
They are one of them ones. And boy, they did not disappoint at all. Those kicks were insane. And there was a spot where Speedball Mike Bailey was standing on the ring apron, right? Mustafa Ali runs towards him and slides underneath the apron. And then Speedball Mike Bailey does a moonsault simultaneously as Ali was sliding out of the ring. It was the most insane thing that I have seen in person. I was just like, what just happened?
Yeah,
hats off to both of those guys, bro.
He did a Poison Rana too.
Oh, that Poison Rana was beautiful from the second row.
Man. First time I ever seen it in person.
Not to mention, Ali cut one of the most incredible, impassionate promos and put him over, man. At the end, yeah, incredible match.
Yo, Ali is really doing his thing post WWE,
and Ali we trust, man. Hottest free agent
at this point, it's like, do we? Right, it's like at this point, do we even want him to come back? Because he's killing it too much. It's like at this point, just keep killing it.
Keep killing it,
Matt
man.
Cardona, and just keep killing it.
He'll keep killing it to a point where he'll be back. He's coming back home, man.
Right. Now we've given our flowers out. We've reached the end of the episode. You know how we always end. It's time to pack them up. The Pack them up awards, where we pack up the most ill, nasty moments of the week. Now, fellas, I got to pack up WWE management this week. I'm sorry, but I have to do it.
Wow.
Because they sent Maxine Dupree out there on a house show to wrestle a match. And the match wasn't very good, bro. The match was not that good. And the fans booed her out of the building. It was kind of disheartening to see. A lot of wrestlers came to her defense. Rhea Ripley came to her defense. Britt Baker, who's not even in the company, came to her defense. And they kind of criticized the audience for, doing that to Maxine Dupree. She's out there still learning. But here's my thing. Maxine Dupree was never in the PC. She never wrestled in NXT. She kind of just got put on the main roster as a manager, and they just threw that girl in the ring. She does not know what she's doing, and it's not her fault. She hasn't been trained properly yet. So why are they having her out there wrestling matches? Like, I love Maxine Dupree. I think she's a beautiful young woman. Like, she bad. So shout out to her and her mans. But she should not be on TV wrestling right now. She's not ready. Let her get her chops in NXT or something. Like, don't just have her out there wrestling matches and exposing her to the audience, because they are going to boo. I know you people want to criticize the fans, but like, as a paying fan, you're in that audience. You have the right to decide whether you like what you're seeing or you dislike what you're seeing. So if they're not impressed with her in-ring performance and they want to boo, you can't be mad about that. You got to blame yourself for even putting her in that position. That's your fault. So WWE management, whoever signed off on putting Maxine Dupree in the ring at this early stage, pack you up right now.
Pack up.
Just getting that luggage. Let me zip you up and ship you out of here. You're getting packed.
Zip them up. What's my slogan?
Shout out to K-Shine, bro. Shout out to K-Shine.
Oh, man.
Why they do Shorty like that?
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
tough.
They did her dirty, man.
That's tough, man. She ain't ready for that crowd.
My pack up for this week. Fox Network, man. Yeah.
The hell Fox do?
Yeah. Fox Network. I'm peacefully watching this cinema piece from Hollywood Rock. You know, it was going great. 40 minutes of pure chef's kiss. Blackouts. Why am I getting blackouts just because of fans having Die Rocky Die signs in the crowd? Well, soft. You can say meth head, crackhead. We can say all this crazy stuff, but you want to black out what's going on over there, Fox? Come on, man. You messing up my emotions. You know what I'm saying? That's trash, man. I thought we was getting back to the attitude. What's going on, man? Y'all soft. Man, keep it rolling, man.
Classic.
Keep it rolling, man. Pack y'all up. That was so. I thought something was wrong with my stream. I'm like, wait, what's going on? I keep refreshing it. Nah, man, they was blacking it out, man.
What did Enzo Amore used to say? WWE is SAWFT. Soft.
That was my story.
Miss Enzo, man.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'm packing up The Rock, Dwayne Johnson this week. Yes, that's right. After 2 consecutive Black Wrestlers of the Week, The Rock gets a consecutive pack up. The Rock said on SmackDown yesterday that finally wrestling is cool again. Let me tell you something right now, you bald-headed candy-ass jabroni. Wrestling has been cool for the past 4 years without your bad movie-making ass. You came back and you were getting a rain of boos because nobody wanted to see your ass go against Roman Reigns, except I did. I really wanted to see you. But nobody else wanted to see your candy ass go against him. And now you have the nerve to come into this company and say that wrestling is cool again. Listen, pal, last time I checked, before you turned heel, you were getting watched by every single wrestler that you're in the ring with, including Austin Theory, including John Cena. Do not come on this television talking about finally wrestling is cool again. Nah, finally you're back and you're giving us some laughs. So keep doing it and keep it up and keep making us laugh and gaggle, because as far as I'm concerned, the minute you stop doing that, you're out of here, pal. Getting this pack. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, he wild for that, bro. He's
finally
wild.
Wrestling is cool again.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's wild.
Wrestling been cool, bro.
Wrestling been cool for a very long time, bro. Get out of here.
Hey, wrestling always been cool to me. Wrestling been cool to me since 1990. But let's just be honest, bro. Let's be honest. SmackDown has 4 consecutive sellouts. We ain't seen that in years. Like, it's been years that SmackDown has consistently done like 16,000 in that audience. That's all on the heels with The Rock being announced. So,
man, that don't mean it's not cool.
You can argue.
Those are just nostalgia sales.
It's cooler than it was like a.
Yeah, cooler.
It's nostalgia sales.
Yeah, but The Rock ain't make wrestling cool, man. Let's just be honest, man. Let's be real. Tony Khan brought AEW back, which made WWE step it up, and then Vince McMahon got removed. Triple H came back into the fold, and that's what really got wrestling back cool.
Facts.
It wasn't The Rock. So I agree with you. I'm just playing.
Rock is wild, man.
But The Rock could just be healing as well, man. He is a heel, so he gotta say stuff that's gonna get our computers puting, like Cameron said.
Nah, he's saying the same stuff that he did during the DC universe. You know what I'm saying? we see you, Rock.
Finally, the DCU is cool, and then it was like, all right, Black Adam flopped. You out of here.
Yeah, beat it, pal.
James Gunn, come change the whole shit around, because we. But shout out to The Rock, man. I'm happy The Rock is back. I don't know about you fellas, but I'm loving The Rock right now. And
I am too.
I can't wait till next week.
Just watch your mouth. Just watch your mouth.
Right.
Watch your mouth, man.
And we have Sylvan has dropped out. I don't know where Sylvan went, but look. We have come to the end of the road. Today is Revolution. I don't know if Mercedes is going to be at this show or is she going to be at the next week's show, but we'll see. Cooley, you got any final thoughts you want to get off your chest before we get out of here?
I think Mercedes, instead of to step on Sting's, final, showdown, I think she's gonna pop out at Dynamite instead.
Yeah, that would make the most sense.
Isn't she doing side missions right now? Wasn't she on she was on something yesterday? Was it a fight?
I be seeing her everywhere. I be seeing. Yeah, she was with Meg Thee Stallion at one point. I'm just like, what the hell is Sasha Banks doing sitting next to Meg Thee Stallion at wherever this is? Like,
Mercedes be doing a lot of side quests.